What helped you and Chili maintain over the years in like performances and still creating new music even after the loss of Left Eye?
Well, when you go through things like that, you know that your life will never be the same, and you know that your group will never be the same.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to find your new normal. And it only takes one person to say yeah. So a lot of people were like, oh, they're over, but you forget one thing, like, I still know how to sing and dance, and I still have a passion, and I still am creative, and I
Mm-hmm.
still got performances and stuff that I want to do. And the fans kept asking and asking and pushing and pushing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And so her dying didn't hinder my ability to sing or dance. I just had to find what our new normal was because she wasn't here anymore. But we built something together. So that's why it pisses me off when people go, oh, it's just TNC. No, bitch, it's TLC.
Mm-hmm.
I
Period.
paid for that name. I worked hard for that name, blood, sweat, and tears for that shit. So
Yeah.
when you are a business minded woman, that's why they don't know how ignorant they
Mm-hmm.
sound. When you work your ass off for something, that's your shit.
Mm-hmm.
That is yours. You own it. I don't care physically what you see. We're always TLC.
Mm-hmm.
Period. And if you work for something, of course you keep that shit.
Yeah. What was the process like? What and correct me if I'm wrong, but was Girl Talk the first video that you guys did after she passed away? I
Hmm.
remember seeing the video and just being super inspired because you guys kept going. Like I know Girl Talk had a whole different message, but it was just the fact that you guys kept going, which was like so symbolic for me as a child. What was the process like when you guys were making that video? Because that was the first one that y'all did without her.
Honestly, if I had all that time to do over, I would have did things differently, and that wouldn't have been the
Mm,
first thing.
Mm.
And honestly, during that time, I was depressed as fuck.
mm-hmm.
I was just floating and moving because the record company at the time said, y'all either, finish this album that y'all started with her, or we're just gonna put out the greatest hits and say fuck your career and just do whatever they want to do.
Damn.
So it's kind of like they didn't say fuck your career, but that's
Yeah.
how it
That's how it
felt. You
felt.
know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's what you really saying. You just gonna do whatever the fuck you want, and I can't allow that to happen. So it was like I was floating in suspended air, not really picking the right singles. Look at the cover of 3D. It's dark looking. I would have
Mm-hmm.
never picked that picture.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would have picked different singles. I would have did different things. But yeah, I felt forced to keep going because there's not a rule book on how to mourn.
Yeah.
And I don't think we had time to even mourn correctly
Mm.
or at all. Um, it was crazy. So honestly, I was going,
Mm-hmm.
just going because I just felt like I couldn't let somebody just take it and do whatever they want. So even if I'm not thinking straight and shit might be a little fucked up, I'd rather do that than let somebody just take all these years of work and just fuck my shit up.
Nah, for real. Long live Left Eye, and
Yeah.
I guarantee you, I know in my heart that she'd be very proud of y'all keeping
Mm-hmm.
it lit as
Hmm.
TLC, keeping her name alive and y'all name alive, and still
Hmm.
being dope as you ever were. You brought up something. You talked about you talked about being a businesswoman. You talked about owning the name TLC. So
Mm-hmm.
you really you learned a lot from a business perspective. What advice would you give to up and coming artists from a business perspective?
I don't know about everybody else, but I know about me. I'm not gonna be around all these goddamn successful people and not learn some shit. You
Mm-hmm.
gotta be a dummy. Look at all this damn money and all this knowledge. Like, how can I not soak this up? I'm like a sponge. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm always gonna surround myself with people who are even level or even better
Yeah.
because that's how I become better. And
Mm-hmm.
that's how I learn more shit. So I want to um like man, I didn't come in this to be a businesswoman. I didn't get in this to like I do I can let me think. I can do vocal arrangement, choreography. I do our stage production. I've done our videography. Like I didn't come in here learning that, but I know how to do it now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I am a person now. If I can't do something, because I always say it's a talent to know when you're not talented. That's talent.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be
Ooh,
honest with yourself.
Yeah.
message.
Yeah, be honest with
Self-awareness.
yourself. If you're not talented in something, be honest with
Mm-hmm.
yourself. So I'm honest with myself. If I'm not good at something, I let it go. But if I know it's something I can achieve and do, I'm gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've done it, and that, hey, you've seen the, you know, the outcome of it. So like I know how to edit videos, like all that shit. Like I learned all that. Like, cause I'm around too many talented people not to sit up here and learn all these different things.
Mm-hmm.
Through 30 years I've been here, there's no way I'm gonna sit up there and just still be sitting in the same spot when I first got here at 19, where I'm at 52. I better have a repertoire and a whole resume of titles. I better. You know?
Yo, we just hit 400,000 subscribers right here on the Clips channel. So if you want to help us out, click subscribe, get us to 500K. Yeah.